Okay, I finally got into a really good hole. I usually only find broken sodas in this dump. This time I found 3 intact ones. I always find Cokes in this one dump, but this time 3 Pepsis. They're all intact. Gotta wash them and see if they're cracked or not though. So far so good. Let's have a look at the other 2. This one's still got some liquid in it. And last but certainly not least, we have my first one of these Tarboro Pepsis with the unusual big script. Wish it was the amber one, but certainly can't complain about this one. Alright, this one's in the book at only $75. It's a very pale aqua, but it does have a flash crack on the base. Not too bad. Might only be worth $60 now. Although this one might be the semi-teal colored one in the book. In the book it says it has hundreds of little bubbles in it. And it has a really nice color, but is this that one? The color's not that great. I don't know if I should call that a sort of a teal one or not, but it's basically mint. Just has some slight scratches here and needs to be soaked in acid to get the rust off. And this one is definitely mint. I've been looking for one of these for many years now. Mostly looking for the amber one, of course, but this one will do for now. Chic has paid $2,000 for one of these. So that book being 20 some years old, this is probably more like a $500 bottle now. And here's those Pepsi bottles again after an acid cleaning. I soaked these in muriatic acid and water for 24 hours. So they came out pretty clean. And on the second day of digging, I went and creek walked in a spot where I knew there was a dump, and I actually found this at the bottom of the creek. Rubbed some dirt on it to get some of that dirt and rust off of it, but still looks pretty bad. But I'm going to show it to you again after I clean it. This has got to be worth at least $100. It's the odd curved variety. Gotta be from the 20s or early 30s, I would think. So, how do I clean up my porcelain signs when they look this awful? Well, first of all, you get some Comet, an old toothbrush, and some water. Pour a little of this Comet on it. Just scrub it for a while. Okay, 10 minutes later, it doesn't look a whole lot better, but at least I got some of the rust off and all the loose dirt. So I'm going to do it one more time. Okay, it's a little bit better now, but now it's time to bring out the sandpaper. I got a sanding block with some 400 grit sandpaper on it. I'm going to get that wet and start sanding off some of this rust. Well, I just did it for about a minute and a half. I think it's better to actually use your hand and not a sanding block. Okay, so now I got a piece of fresh 400 grit paper, just big enough for my fingers to work it in. And a few minutes of that, and it's made quite a bit of an improvement. Probably you should use 600 grit sandpaper though. This one's just a very dirty one. Okay, 20 minutes of sanding to get it to look this good. It's almost finished. Now it's time to use the 1000 grit sandpaper. Okay, 3 minutes later, only slight improvement. I think I've gone about as far as I can with sandpaper, so I'm going to try putting a little bit of bleach on the white parts. Okay, 5 minutes of bleach. It doesn't seem to have done hardly anything. So there's only one thing left to try, and that's car wax.